Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd, and it's November, Halloween's over, birthday's over, October's over, and let's quickly talk about some of my favorite releases from this past month. Yeah! You can find links to reviews and songs from all of these albums in the description box. Let's go. Darkside Psychic. Nice collaborative album from Nicholas Jarre and David Harrington. Nicholas bringing together his very dark, strange approach to house music with Dave's very nice guitar leads, and they mix elements of micro house with rock and psychedelic rock into a pretty interesting fusion with some very nice songs. And yeah, highly recommended. Next, the new Of Montreal album, Lousy with Sylvianbriar. If you're into Of Montreal, check this album out. If you're into old world, old school psychedelic rock, folk rock, a little bit of Americana, check this album out as well. I think it's the best this band has dropped in a while, and they have had a pretty long-spanning career in indie rock. Next, the new Melt Banana album, Fetch. Woo! What a crazy, noisy, punk rock, cyber future, major, awesome album, short but good this is. Did any of that make sense? Well, it was a dizzying jumble, because that's kind of what this album is. It's just grabbing my brain, shaking it violently, putting it back inside the skull over here, and I am a better man for it. Next, an album that is on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to aggression, a very gentle album, the new Tim Hecker album, Virgins. If you're looking for some drone music, some ambient music, a little bit of neoclassical here, some minimalism. I wouldn't say it's directly those two things, but it's definitely inspired by those two things, with some very beautiful tones and sounds that deliver some very somber, depressing, somewhat apocalyptic melodies. Then listen to this thing. It's one of my favorite albums of this year, not just of this month, but like top 10 quality stuff. Next, the new Armand album, Race Music. Billy Woods, New York, DCMC teams up with Elucid for a collaborative album of grimy, hard-hitting hip-hop songs with some really crazy-ass instrumentals that are heavy, slow, lumbering, and chaotic, cacophonous, and lyrics that are, well, very conceptual, very detailed, very well written and put together, but still puzzling and cryptic and esoteric. Good album. Something you're going to have to play over and over and over in order to really get a full whiff of what's going on. But an album whose enjoyability is more on the surface, but not the weaker for it, the new Cage the Elephant album, Melophobia. An LP that a lot of people have sort of questioned my enjoyment of because I didn't like their earlier stuff, which I said in my review, but a lot of people were like, Anthony, this is just plain old rock music. What's so good about it, huh? I just think the hooks are so goddamn sticky on this album. While, yeah, again, some very obvious comparisons can be made with this band to other bands, and their influences are pretty much out there and in the open too, but I think that the lo-fi yet epic and ambitious instrumentation on this record, combined with the very catchy melodies and energetic and over-the-top and zany vocals from Matt Schultz, all of this has come together and made for a really enjoyable garage, all somewhat blues rock record for me that is something I like to return to every once in a while. Like, oh, this is catchy, this is sweet, I'll put this on. I'm that kind of guy sometimes. Come on, I'm not always this, oh, this ain't experimental enough. I'm not always that kind of guy. And that's it. Those are my favorite releases from this past month. Looking forward to reviewing a bunch of records for you this month, November. And thanks for watching. What were some of your favorite releases from this past month? Let me know. Anthony Fantano, albums forever.